Hello everyone, this is Aram here, and today we are going to create this hero image, or a banner actually. So this banner is made with HTML and CSS. I'll show you how I have made or achieved these circles. I'm working on some project, and this is a part of my project. That's why I would like to share this part because it seems a bit interesting to me. So I've decided to share this one with you guys. I hope that you will like it. I'm using a Bootstrap because the project is the requirement of the project is Bootstrap, so that's why I'm just going to use. It's not a pure HTML CSS, but it's I'm working with a Bootstrap, so it's a kind of a Bootstrap project. Okay, we are just going to work with this banner and this nav also, but this banner is the main focus. And let's move on to the editor and start working. Here is my VS Code editor. Whatever code editor you like, you can go with that. I'm using VS. So I've already created a folder, project hero. Inside the folder, I'm going to create a file, index.html. Now I want to have another file. This would be main.css. As I've told you that it's a Bootstrap project, so I have an extension. I have an extension of Bootstrap, and I'm going to use the shortcut for the extension, that is B4. And here we go. Here I have the basics or the starter template of Bootstrap. Here in place of title, let me change it so it's banner, and let me link my style sheet, so related to style sheet, and href would be main.css. And done. Okay, let's go to the browser using our live server. So here, let me show you something. Okay, so this is a browser and this is the title, and yet you guys can see there isn't anything. We have to go with this one and this one. Our main focus is this banner, but I'm going to create the nav also because it gives some good look to the banner. So move back to the editor and start coding for the banner. First of all, I would like to go with the navigation bar, and for that I want to have a comment nav bar and then end of nav bar. Not nav bar, it's nav bar. Okay, and within these lines let's start creating nav. I want to assign it a class of nav bar, then nav bar expand and large, then nav bar doc and nav bar custom. This is the class I'm going to use in my CSS, and I want it to be fixed on top. So this is what we have done with our navbar. Okay, now within this navbar, let me have some div with a class of container, and then an anchor tag with a class of navbar brand. And this is a Bootstrap class for a logo or the title of the web page. So I'm using this navbar brand here, and with href here I just want to say hero image or banner image. Let me change it. It should be a banner, not an image, banner. Okay, and now I want to have a button here, assigning it a class of navbar toggler. The type of this is of course button, and now I want to use some JavaScript here. So this is data toggle, and let me say collapse, and then data target I don't think that I have to use too many things here, but let me have it just for the sake of the completeness. Okay, so data toggle is collapsed. Now I want to have a data target, and data target, okay, let's look here. This should be here, data target, and the data target would be the ID nav bar. I'll tell you where I'm going to use this ID nav bar, and then okay, it's enough. I don't want to go with more things. Just for the sake of completeness, I'm using this one. Okay, now here I want to have a span element, and I am assigning a class of navbar toggler, navbar toggler icon, navbar toggler icon, and the span is done. Then after the button, I want to have another div, assigning it a class of collapse, and then navbar collapse, then ID. If you guys remember, I hope you guys, let me bring it here. This ID I'm going to use here. Okay, this navbar ID I'm going to use here, so I'm just going to say navbar, and that's all. Now I want to have unordered list. For that, assigning it a class to navbar nav and margin left auto, and okay, within this unordered list I want to go with the list item, so I want to assign it a class, and this time the class would be nav item, and an anchor tag, so class of nav link, and then href, and this href, I don't want to link anything, but I just want to say home, and it's done. Well, let me copy this and paste it for once, because I have only 2 elements. So this would be about. Okay, let's save it. And I hope you guys cannot see anything, because I have here, I've just said that the nav bar is dark. Let me say light. Okay, there is something very interesting in Bootstrap, that when we use the dark class, then the dark means white, and when you use the light class, it means the black. So you guys can see that I have used a light class and everything is black, but if I use a light, then you are not going to see this. So let me change it, because here you cannot see anything, because the things are here, but we cannot see because of the class light class. And here, because in the background I'm going to use the black or the blackish color, so that's why I have a white, the text is in white, that's why you cannot see that here, but it is done. You guys already have seen that. Let's go to the main.css and start styling this navbar, then we'll be back and start working on the banner. So for this, first of all, what we are going to do, first of all, let me have a body selector here, and here let's say font family, and it is Arial, just a simple font family I'm going to use. And then hold on, I have to do something else which I haven't done here. Okay, we'll be back and we'll do it later. Let's go with the navbar, and here we go. So the navbar custom, here the padding top, I want to go with the 16 pixels, and then padding bottom padding bottom would be again 16 pixels. Background RGBA and 0, 0, 0 and 0.7. Okay, let's check it in the browser. So you guys can see that we have a navbar with the background of this RGBA is used here. Okay, so our navbar is almost done. We have to do some other things, and what are those other things? That are navbar custom class, if you guys remember, navbar custom class. And with this, let me have something else here. Navbar brand. Okay, the logo class, the brand class I'm going to use here. Hold on. And within this code block, let's start typing the text transform property, and this should be uppercase. Okay. Wow, everything was distracted before. So now they are it's in uppercase. Before it wasn't. If you guys, let me show you again. There is some problem within the browser, I think. Okay, now it is in the lowercase, and when I use the text transform, it is in uppercase. And then let's go with the font size. So the font size would be 16 pixels, and letter spacing, this would be 1.5 pixels, and font weight could be bold, or yep, I can use number also. Suppose in place of bold I can use 700 or 600, but here I'm just using bold, so this would be okay. And it's very, the font size 16 pixel. It shouldn't be 16 actually. Let me change it. It should be 32. Okay, 16 is too small. Yep, 32. It's looking better. Yep. So it's looking better than before. And then now I want to go with the navbar custom class and navbar nav class, and then let's go with nav item, and nav link class. Okay, here let's try text transform. Let me show you what's going on here. So here the text is, you guys can see, home and about, but I want to transform this text into uppercase. So uppercase and blah 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 blah. Font size, let's save it and let me show you. It's not working, there is some problem. It should work, and let's complete it. And it's not text, it's text emphasize. It's text transform actually, not emphasize. So now they are in uppercase, and then here we go. Let's have a font size here, and the font size for this would be 12 pixels, and font weight again bold. Let's use the number to make it clear to you guys that we can use numbers also. And letter spacing, letter spacing. So the letter spacing, I want to go with the same one, 1.5 pixels. That's all we have done with our navigation bar. Okay, it's too small. Let me change this 12 pixel into, this could be 18. Okay, 18 is better, but if I go with 20, and in the next section let's use the rams, because then again and again I have to change the pixels. So in the next section, in the hero image or the banner section, I'm going to use the rams. It will be more clear to us. Okay, let's remove this extra space and this one also, and start working on our main focus project, and which was this banner. So here now we are going to create a banner. How we can do that? First of all, I don't need the comments here. And let's go with the header element. Header, and the class of this would be hero, and text header, text center, and text white. Even we can use the text dark, but okay, let's be with this text white. And then want to have a division, assigning it a class, and the class is content, the content class, and within this content class let's go with another division, assigning it another class, and this class will be container, each one, and the class I want to assign it is main title, and then margin bottom 0. Here let's see, banner image. It's not an image, but I'm just using it, banner image. And let's say heading 2, let's have a class, and this should be a title 2, margin bottom 0. Let me say add your subtitle here, add your subtitle, add your subtitle here, and then I want to go with a link anchor tag, and this anchor tag should have an href, nothing, and the class of this would be bdn, and then bdn danger. It's a bootstrap class, okay, color class, so bdn danger, and then bdn large, and rounded, pill, margin top 5. Okay, and within this let's say learn more or no more or whatever, call to action. So let's say no more. Okay, let me bring it here in the middle of the screen. It would be easy for you guys to see what's going on. Then after here, let's create a marker for a class, and this time background circle 1, and then another class. This would be background circle, only background circle. Let's copy and paste it for several times. So copy, paste, 3, 4. Just change the numbers to, and it should be 3, and this one, this should be 4. Let's save it. Only we have a button, and we have to style the banner as same as it is. So let's move back to the editor and to the main dot css. Here in our style sheet, just let me have a comment. Not going to write anything, a kind of separator. And here in the middle of this screen, now it will be easy for you guys to see that what's going on. First of all, I would like to go with the button bdn large class. There I should say text transform. Text transform and uppercase, then padding 24 pixels and 48 pixels. Let's go with the font size. Font size, this should be 16 pixels, okay. And then font weight, I want to go with the bold. And letter spacing same, 1.5 pixels. Let's save it, and this is what we have styled for to our button. Okay, so this is the no more button, and the text is transformed, and it's looking nice. Okay, now we have to work with, let me show you how the border radius, it's looking nice, but let's see that how this one, okay, it has more radius than this one, so let me style this rounded pill. Oops. And the border radius for my rounded pill should be 80 pixels. 80 pixels. Let's save it. Let's see. Okay, it's okay. Now let's go back and start styling our hero class. And for this, the position would be relative, overflow hidden, and padding top. Let's use the calc function, and this time I'm going to use the rams, so 7 ram plus 72 pixels, or I can use in place of the 7 ram, that's because I'm working with the pixels, but okay, 112 pixels and plus 72 pixels, and then padding bottom. What's going on? Padding bottom 112 pixels, and now I want to go with the background. So with the background properties, sorry, background should have a value. This should be a linear gradient, and the linear gradient would be 0 degrees. The first one could be, and then the second one would be FF00 D4 0% and 0%, and then here, wow, 099, then AEE and 100%. Okay, let me save it. Let's see what's going on in the browser. Cannot see anything. Need to work some other thing. And background repeat, property background repeat, and this should be no repeat. Background repeat would be no repeat. There is some problem. Background repeat, no repeat, Yep. First of all, here is the first problem is here it shouldn't be semicolon, and now it's okay. And let's move on and see. Yep, now it's okay. You guys didn't tell me that I mistook here. So now it's okay. So background repeat, no repeat, and background position. Background position, this should be center, and then background attachment, fixed, not fixed actually. According to my project, I'm going to use the scroll position, so this should be scroll. Okay, let me bring it here so it will be easier for you to see. And the background size would be cover, and the spelling of my background. Yep, background size would be cover. Let's save it. Okay, it's done almost. Now let's go and start styling our hero content. So the content should be the z index. I'm going to use the z index, and it should be 1, and the position for this would be relative. And then again, I want to go with the hero content, hero and content, and then main title, and this main title font size could be 64 pixels, and let me bring it here. Let's save it and let's see what's going on in the browser. Okay, so it's more prominent. If you guys notice here, it's on the left side, and here I just put it in the center, in the middle of the screen. And now let's have a second title. This will be hero content, then title 2, font size 32 pixels. Now let's move on and say header, then hero, and then big BG circle, background circle, and this background circle would be z index 0. Position would be not relative but absolute. Position would be absolute. And then border radius, this border radius would be 100%. And okay, I cannot see yet. And let's have a background. Background should be linear gradient, 0 degree, and then the color would be EE0979 and 0%, and I want to go with another one. This would be 00E1FF, and this should be 100%. Okay, and then here let's get the header dot hero and background circle, what I'm writing, background circle 1, and this should be the height of this should be, here I'm going to use rams, so 90 ram, and the width would be again 90 rems, and let's go with the bottom, and the bottom should be minus 52 rem, and the left would be again minus 55 rem. Okay, so let's save it. Let's see. Okay, so we have this rounded or this circle, same like this. So we have the first circle here, and now let's move on and let's start creating the other one. So for the other one, this should be a header hero, and then background circle 2. The height for this would be 50 rem, 50 rams, and then width for this again would be 50 rams, and top for this would be minus 25 rams, and the right for this, alright, GHT, right for this would also be 25 rams. Let's save it, and let's move on to the browser. Okay, so this is the second one, the first one, and this is the second one, and now we need the third and fourth. Okay, so let's move on to the editor and start working on the third one. So this will be header and dot hero, then background circle 3. Here the height would be 20 rems, and the width would be again 20 rems, and bottom for this would be minus 10 rem, and right for this 5%. And let's save it, move on to the browser. Okay, so we have this one, the third one. Let me bring it in a nice position. Okay, this is the third one. Now the fourth one, which was in the middle, this one. So let's go and start working with that, and let me copy, and I should bring it here. Let's paste it here. Here in place of 3, let's use 4. Make some changes here, and this in place of 20, it should be 30 ram, and the width would also be 30 rams, and the top for this would be minus 5, and here the right would be 35%. Let's save it, move on to the browser, and boom, that is so much. Actually, it's not the what I want. Let's, yep, or actually it's the same. No, there isn't much difference, it's the same, but the problem is that here I use this text in the left side, and here the text is in the center, so there isn't much difference between this one and this one. Okay, if you guys need the code, let me know. I'm glad to share the code with you guys. I hope you like this one. If so, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button, and please check out my other videos. I have some projects for about a restaurant and a construction company, a coffee shop, and I have another project I'm working on. I want to show you that one. Let me find that one. Let me stop it here. So this is my next project. I'm working on this. It's a nice responsive site. and there are few things that I'm working. I have used the Bootstrap models here. You guys can see I have to work on all these things. Just some of the work is left, these icons are incomplete. I'm working on these things. You guys can see you will learn this clipping path style. So this is the blog post. This is what subscription. It's incomplete actually. I'm working on it. So if you guys like this video, like this banner, don't forget to subscribe the channel, because in the next project I'm going to have this beautiful NGO website, Fictionary or Imaginary you can say. So I'll see you in the next one. Hasta la vista. Ciao ciao.